Joseph stood on the rain-soaked bridge, the roaring river below, threatening to swallow the remnants of the collapsing structure. His heart pounded as he cradled his mother, Rebecca, who was barely conscious, her legs swollen and purple from a snake bite. The car, with his fiancée Anita trapped inside, was sliding towards the edge as the bridge was groaning under the strain. "Anita!" he screamed, his voice lost in the storm's fury. Hours earlier, Joseph had arrived in his village, his heart brimming with excitement. He had been eager to introduce his beloved fiancée, Anita, to his mother. The village, with its familiar smells and sights, brought back a flood of memories. Joseph had grown up here, under the watchful and loving eye of his mother. Rebecca had raised him single-handedly, sacrificing so much to ensure he had a bright future. Anita, radiant and smiling, held his hand as they approached his childhood home. "I can't wait to meet her," she said, her eyes sparkling with anticipation. "I know she'll love you," Joseph replied, squeezing her hand. But as the hours passed, and Rebecca did not return from the farm, worry crept into Joseph's heart. Unable to sit idle, he decided to drive to the farm with Anita to find her. The sight that greeted them at the farm was a nightmare. Rebecca lay on the ground, her breath shallow, eyes fluttering as she fought against the venom coursing through her veins. Joseph's heart clenched with fear and determination. He and Anita carefully lifted her into the car and drove with desperate speed towards the hospital. Rain began to pour, a torrential downpour that made the road slick and visibility poor. As they neared the hospital, just a kilometer away, they encountered the bridge. The storm had weakened it, and it was on the verge of collapse. Joseph tried to maneuver the car across, but the structure gave way, plunging the vehicle towards the river. In a split second, Joseph leapt from the car, dragging his mother from the back seat just before the car fell into the raging waters below. Anita was still inside, her scream cut off by the splash as the car sank. Joseph stood on the edge, the rain mingling with his tears. He looked down at Rebecca as her life was slipping away with each passing moment, then back at the river where Anita was fighting for her life. His mind raced, torn between the two women he loved more than anything. Anita was his future, the woman he had chosen to spend his life with. They had dreams of building a family, of creating a life filled with love and happiness. Joseph instinctively took a step towards the edge of the river, ready to dive in after Anita, but just as his feet left the ground, a crushing realization anchored him back. If he left now, his mother might not survive the weight. "Joseph?" Rebecca's weak voice broke through his turmoil. He looked down at her, her eyes filled with pain, but also with a deep, abiding love. "Save me, my son. Take me to the hospital." "Sorry, Mama. Anita needs me immediately," Joseph sobbed, torn apart by the decision. "You must," Rebecca insisted, her voice gaining a moment of strength. "I'm your mother. Please save me, my boy." With a final, heart-wrenching look at his mother, Joseph shook his head, his heart shattering. "No, Mama. Anita is carrying my baby. I will call for help," he cried, slowly moving away. "Somebody help us! Help!" he yelled into the storm, his voice cracking with desperation. Rebecca's eyes softened with a mixture of love and sorrow. "Go and save your wife, my son. Go," Rebecca said once more with her voice fading away. Joseph's body shook with sobs, but he couldn't afford to waste time. He shifted his focus on Anita, diving into the river and using all his remaining strength to pull her up. His muscles burned and his vision blurred with tears, but he refused to give up. Inch by agonizing inch, he climbed, dragging Anita with him. Finally, they reached the ledge, collapsing onto the solid ground, their bodies trembling with exhaustion and grief. Joseph held Anita tightly, their tears mingling as they mourned the loss of his mother. The pain of her sacrifice was overwhelming, but they found solace in each other's embrace, knowing that her love and bravery had given them a chance to live. In the days that followed, Joseph and Anita returned to their village, carrying the weight of their loss, but also the strength of their bond. They honored Rebecca's memory by living fully, cherishing each moment, and holding their family close. Her sacrifice became a testament to the unbreakable bond of love, a guiding light in their lives that would never fade.
Thanks for watching. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to be the first to get new exciting contents.